and rival to me, there is none. Now go I on seeking Benares town. To start the wheel, the teaching of the Dharma. To rouse and guide the nations blind and lost. Striking the drum of the eternal life-giving ambrosia. The ascetic, discerning the omniscience and great mission of the Master, was comforted in mind, and replied, Friend, may these things be. You are worthy to be a conqueror of eternity. Then, taking a by-road, he came to the Vankahara country, and abode near the hamlet of the trappers, where the head trapper supplied his wants. One day the latter, setting off on a long hunt with sons and brothers, asked his daughter not neglect the Arahant in his absence. Now, she was of great beauty. And Upaka, seeking alms at her home, and captivated by her beauty, could not eat, but took his food home, and laid down fasting, vowing he would die should he not win Chapa. After 7 days the father returned, and, on inquiring for his Arahant, heard he had not come again after the first day. The trapper searched for him, and Upaka, moaning, and rolling over, confessed his plight. The trapper asked if he knew any craft, and he answered, no. But offered to fetch the game and sell it. The trapper agreed, and, giving him a coat, brought him to his own home, and gave him his daughter. In due time she had a son, whom they called Subhadda. Chapa, when the baby cried, sang to him, Upaka's boy, ascetic's boy, game dealer's boy, don't cry, don't cry. Mocking her husband. And he said at length, Do you think, Chapa, I have none to protect me? I have a friend, even a conqueror of eternity, and to him I will go. She saw that he was upset, and teased him again and again in the same way, till one day, in anger, he got ready to go. She said much, but vainly, to prevent him, and he set out westward. At that time the Bhagwa was at Savatthi in the Jetavana Grove, and announced this to the monks. He who today shall come asking, Where is the Conqueror of Eternity? Send him to me. And then Upaka arrived, and, standing in the midst of the Vihara, asked, Where is the Conqueror of Eternity? So they brought him, and when he saw the Bhagwa, he said, Do you know me, Lord? Buddha, yes, I know. But you, where have you spent the time till now? Upaka, in the Vankahara country, Lord. Buddha, Upaka, you are now an old man. Can you bear the holy ordained life? Upaka, I will enter on that, Lord. The master told a certain bhikkhu, Come, bhikkhu, ordain him. And he from that time on exercising and training himself, was soon established in the fruition of the state of no return, and upon that died, being reborn in the Avya heavens. And at the moment of that rebirth there, he attained arahantship. But Chapa, sick at heart over his departure, delivered her boy to his grandfather, and, following in the way Upaka had gone, renounced the world at Savatthi, practiced insight meditation and soon attained arahantship. And elated, uniting Upaka's verses with her own, she thus said. Her husband Upaka speaks. Once, staff in hand, as homeless ascetic I moved freely. Now but a trapper I am, sank down fast. In harmful bog of earthly lusts, yet glad to come out on the other side. My wife plays with her child and mocks my former state, believing that her charm still holds me in bonds. But I will cut the knot from Chapa and get ordained again. Chapa. Oh, be not angry with me, hero mine. O you great Muni, be not angry with me. For how may he who gives place to anger attain to holy life and meditation? Upaka. No. I'll go forth to Nala. Will live at Nala now. And lead a life of Dharma of holy ascetics. Here I am only getting fettered into beauty. Chapa. Oh, turn again, my dark-eyed lover, come, and ever enjoy karma with me in this house. And I will be your slave, and all my relatives shall your servants be. Upaka. You appear as only 1/4 to me now. If a man desirous of your love, what glory would you promise him? Chapa. O dark-eyed love, am I not fair to see? As the vine swaying in the woods, as the pomegranate tree in fullest bloom, growing on hilltop, or the trumpet flower, drooping over mouth of island cavern. See, with crimson sandal wood perfumed, I'll wear finest Benares robe for you. Oh why? Oh how will you go far away from me? Upaka. So the fowler seeks to entrap. Parade your charms even as you will. Never shall you bind me to you as before. Chapa. And this child blossom, O my husband, see, your gift to me, now surely you will not forsake her who has borne a child to you. Upaka. Wise men forsake their children, wealth and relatives. Great heroes ever go forth from the world, as elephants sever their bonds in two. Chapa. Then this your child straightway with stick or knife, I'll beat on the ground to save yourself. From mourning for your son, you will not go. Upaka. And if you throw the child to jackals, wolves, or dogs, O child's mother, even so, it will not avail to turn me back again. Chapa. Why, then, go if you must, and fare you well. But tell me, to what village will you go? What town or city or capital is your goal? Upaka. In the past days we went in our ascetic practice, believing our shallow practice is genuine. As pilgrims we wandered hamlet, city, town, and capital we moved to each in turn. But the exalted Buddha now does preach, along the banks of the Neranjara, the Dharma by which all may be saved from suffering. To him I go, he now my guide shall be. Chapa. Yes, go, and take my homage unto him, who is the supreme Lord of the worlds, and making salutation by the right, do you from us to him make offering. Upaka. Now appropriate and right is this, even as you say, that I in doing homage, speak for you, to him, the supreme Lord of the worlds, and making salutation by the right, I'll render offering for you and me. So he went to the Neranjara, and saw the very Buddha on the bank, teaching the way of ambrosia, suffering and how suffering does rise, and how suffering may be overcome, and of the way to that, even the Aryan, eightfold path. Lo, at his feet the husband paid homage, saluted by the right and Chapa's vows presented, then again renounced the world, for homeless ascetic life, the threefold wisdom won, and fulfilled the discipline of the Lord Buddha. Theragatha. Adapted from the archaic translation by Mrs. Rhys Davids. Sundari, daughter of a rich Brahman Sujata, of Savatthi. She too, having made her resolve under former Buddhas, and accumulating good karma of age enduring efficacy in many rebirths, was reborn 31 eons ago, when Vesabhu was Buddha, in a clansman's family. One day she served alms to the master, and worshipped him, and he perceived her believing heart, and thanked her. After being reborn in heaven and other happy rebirths, her understanding having come to maturity, she was, in this Buddha age, was reborn at Benares as the daughter of Sujata, a Brahmin. Because of her perfect form they called her Sundari. When she grew up, her younger brother died. Her father, overcome by grief, and going to and fro, met the Terry